send a chill down Tate's spine. The other cowboy's score was good, the crowd cheered, and the camera swung back to Austin. He'd always loved cameras, the damn fool, and they'd always loved him right back. The same went for women, kids, dogs, and horses. He crouched on the catwalk, Austin did, while down in the chute, the bull was ominously still, staring out between the rails, biding his time. The calm ones were always the worst, Tate reflected. Buzzsaw was a volcano waiting to blow, saving all his whoop-ass for the arena, where he'd have room to do what he'd been bred to do: wreak havoc, break bones, crush vital organs. A former rodeo competitor himself, though his event had been bareback bronc riding, Tate knew this bull wasn't just mean. It was 2,000 pounds of cowboy misery, ready to bust loose. Austin had to have picked up on all that and more. He'd begun his career as a mutton buster when he was 3, riding sheep for gold-stamped ribbons at the county fair, progressed to Little Britches Rodeo, and stayed with it from then on. He'd taken several championships at the National High School Rodeo Finals, and been a star during his college years, too. It wasn't as if he didn't know bulls. Austin looked more cocky than tense. In any dangerous situation, his mantra was, "Bring it on." Tate watched as his brother adjusted his hat again, lowered himself onto the bull's back, looped his hand under the leather rigging, and secured it in a suicide wrap, essentially tying himself to the animal. A moment later, he nodded to the gatemen. Tate stared, unable to look away. He felt an uncanny sensation, like the one he'd experienced the night their mom and dad had been killed. He'd awakened, still thrashing to tear free of the last clammy tendrils of a nightmare, his flesh drenched in an icy sweat. The echo of the crash as real as if he'd witnessed the distant accident in person. He'd known Jim and Sally McKettrick were both gone long before the call came, and he felt the same soul-numbing combination of shock and dread now. A single raspy word scraped past his throat. No. Of course, Austin couldn't hear him. Wouldn't have paid any heed if he had. The bull went eerily still, primal forces gathering within it like a storm. But as the chute gate swung open, the animal erupted from confinement like a rocket from a launch pad, headed skyward. Buzzsaw dove and then spun, elemental violence unleashed. Austin stayed with him, spurring with the heels of his boots, right hand high in the air, looking as cool as if he were idling in the old tire swing that dangled over the deepest part of the swimming hole. 4 long seconds passed before he even lost his hat. Tate wanted to close his eyes, but the message still wasn't making it from his brain to the tiny muscles created for that purpose. He'd had differences with his youngest brother, and some of them were serious, but none of that mattered now. The clock on the screen seemed to move in slow motion. 8 seconds, as all cowboys know, can be an eternity. For Tate, the scene unfolded frame by frame, in a hollow, echoing void, as though taking place one dimension removed. Finally, the bull made his move and arched above the ground like a trout springing from a lake, and then rolling, as if determined to turn his belly to the ceiling of that arena, and sent Austin hurtling to one side, but not clear. The pickup men moved in, ready to cut Austin free. But that bull was a hurricane with hooves, spinning and kicking in all directions. The bullfighters, referred to as clowns in the old days, were normally called on to distract a bull or a horse, lead it away from the cowboy, so he'd have time to get to the fence and scramble over it to safety. Under these circumstances, there wasn't much anybody could do.